YouTube? It is your favorite game here above average Cody, coming at you today with some advanced aim tips. Now, the tips I'm going to give you in this video, guys, are really for those players that are practicing those weapon drills. They're out there killing it. You know, they're doing great, high accuracy. They've got controller settings they're good with. But they feel like they're still really not winning more gunfights. They're still having trouble in the higher lobbies and having trouble against the higher skilled talent here on this game. Now, if you feel like you're having trouble with any of the things I just mentioned, guys, this video might be a little bit ahead of where you are, and I will link some other videos in the description for you guys to get some extra help. I still recommend this video to everyone, but the tips we're going to be covering are really for those players that are looking for some vast improvement on their aim and overall how they take gunfights in this game. Now, diving right into our first tip, guys, I want to talk about keeping your reticle ready for really any gunfight here. And I'm not just talking about centering. You should already have that down. I'm not just talking about peeking where you think an enemy is. I'm talking keeping your reticle moving and ready to go. And what I'm talking about here is if you were to, say, chow the end of long haul here on recharge, you move the corner and you're going to be snapping your reticle. The moment you don't see somebody there, you're going to snap your reticle here, make sure there's nobody there, and then move it back. And it will be much faster than it looks like I'm trying to show you guys. But just always be checking these angles. Check up sneaky, bring it back here to C, nobody C, bring it over here, bring it to whirlpool, you know, slide out, check bat ledge. Always keep your reticle bouncing and ticking around to where there could be enemies, and always keep it loose. Keep it twitchy, keep it up, down, you know, just always keep your aiming in check. Now, I know what you're thinking. This dude's tapped. This is not an advanced tip ever. Everybody already knows how to do this. And that is very true. Everybody should already know how to do this in Halo Infinite by this point, guys. But if you are still doing the aim tactic of keeping your centering, walking around corners, you know, watching, you're ADSing it, waiting for somebody to turn, just sitting here stiff as a board, I promise you, somebody's going to slide around that corner and you're going to be just stagnant, and you're going to either be behind them and the bullets are going to end up missing, you're going to snap past them and you're going to put your bullets into a door frame, and it's going to make you look like a really, really bad player. And if you say that never happens to you, I know you're lying, because it does happen to all of us. So you always want to be like jiggle peeking it. You want to be ready. You want to have your reticle loose, you know, do the little cookie cut circles. Always be moving around, you know, check sneaky, check down here. Always be ready to shoot something, snap up, snap down. Keep the reticle moving. This keeps you warm. This keeps you very in tune to how the stick is going to treat you when you move it. And more importantly, you're just going to be more ready to react on these people that poke out in corners. Again, first tip, very, very simple, but something absolutely crucial, and you just got to be twitchy and always ready to shoot an enemy the moment they poke out. Even if they are there for a split second, you are getting bursts in them rather than being that player that's very late. The player crosses down bottom tower here, you shoot a burst and completely miss all three of the bullets. This is why you see pros and stuff being very twitchy. They'll click the sniper in and out, they'll snap around to doorways and things like that. And obviously you don't have an S7 on this map. This is just for purpose of showing you guys. Just be twitchy, be very ready with the reticle, always keep it moving about, because then when you have to actually snap to a target, you're going to be very fast, very snappy, and you're going to be right there and ready to fire. Now, next up, guys, we have the Jiggle Peak. Something we all know about, something we all see pros do, but something I never see people in like diamond lobbies or even low Onyx lobbies do very well. You have to master the Jiggle Peak. The Jiggle Peak, guys, poke out, shoot a burst. Poke out, shoot a burst. Just keep moving in and out of cover. And the main reason you have to use this is because players in higher lobbies with the advanced aim that you guys are trying to get are going to absolutely obliterate you if you are just standing here taking the gunfight, trying to move out in the open, because you do not know when they are going to peek around that ledge. Now, of course, if you just do the generic thing I just showed you, the timing's pretty easy. You know, you're just going to shoot the burst each time they poke out. Very simple. But a good player, especially out in the open, will use their cover. They'll jiggle peek different sides and things like that. Now, obviously, the reason you want to master this is to take less bullets, you know, because if you're very much protecting your body and doing this, you're sinking maximum damage and taking the least possible damage you can. You can even crouch out and do it, and it's a very nice move to have. But the reason you have to have this mastered, guys, is depending on the situation, this can literally turn a gunfight you are going to lose into an absolute win. Because depending on how well you can move the cover here, you can very much slide around corners and turn a gunfight where they got first bullet into a win, especially if you are in those mid-diamond lobbies or low Onyx lobbies, guys, because I promise you, a player is not going to be ready for you to be very in tune with the Jiggle Peaks. I do not know why I don't see players in, like, every lobby doing this, because it's, like, a no-brainer way to sink damage, and it has minimal risk to you, especially since you are the player that has the wall. At any point, you can just hug the wall, and assuming you have teammates that you're talking to, you can call out the help to be on the way. If you get them one shot and you're very weak, don't even challenge. Just back out, make the call, and then the teammate should be able to pick up the easy kill, and then you're off to the races to go to the next wall and Jiggle Peak the next enemy, and then at that point, you are an absolute damage machine. You're living up, you're not taking damage, and you look like probably the smartest player in your lobby. Now, next tip, guys, is to change angles that you're peaking. In the higher level lobbies, many of you may have experienced this, many of you may have not. The moment you show face, you are taking damage. You could be taking it from one angle. You could be taking it from two angles. Or if you're peeking at the wrong time, you could be taking it from, honestly, 3 or 4 angles. This is just how lobbies go, especially if you're holding a power position like top glass here. Players are looking for the person that is anchoring that spot. People are looking for the player with the sniper rifle, which on this map will be the shock rifle. Players are looking for you. You are going to take damage. So if this is the case, guys, perfect example I'm going to give you, you're taking damage from Whirlpool. This is a tough spot to chow from glass because even if you back up all the way to here, a player can simply jump up and get that final bullet on you, and it is an easy area to get grenades into up here. So in this situation, you are going to take some shots while you're backing up to get out. Be comfortable strafing out of your shots. You do not have to ego chow till the end to get that kill every time, guys. Just put in some damage, and then again, you're going to slide out, you're going to change your angle, reposition, and then put in some shots because literally in those diamond and low Onyx lobbies, they expect you to just sit up here. You're going to sit up here, you're going to crouch in the corner, you're going to regen, and then you're just going to go back out and peek. By then, guys, this player called you out. You got a player up here looking at you. You got a player up here looking at you, or worse, you probably have a player through pipes or even from shock ledge pushing you to get you out of that position of power. And do you know what happens when you die out of the position of power? The enemy takes that position, and now you guys are on the back foot because mid-map control, you just gave it to the other team. So, take shots, back up, live up, take a different angle, and you'll see me jumping so that I can get the best angle possible because they cannot see me jumping here. You have a gigantic wall here. So I'm going to jump, I'm going to reposition, and then bang, I'm putting in more damage. All the meanwhile, hopefully your team is doing what I just said the enemy team was going to do. Now your team is posting up. They are getting eyes on that Whirlpool guy, perhaps from here. They're going to back up to avoid your bullets, which will put them hopefully in the line of sight of your other teammates. So guys, take the aim, take the shots, but do not overstay your welcome in these positions of power. Move amongst the positions and change position so that you can get damage in and just re-peak angles. You always have to be moving. This also goes along with don't be stiff as a board. You always want to be dancing. You want to be moving. You want to be moving that reticle, and more importantly, moving your body so that you are not just the easiest target to collapse on in the game. And next up, guys, this pretty much branches with tips from the previous 2 or 3. It's don't take fights out in the open. You know, if you're looking for somebody across the map, you know, I don't know, maybe you're anchoring here while your team's taking A on strongholds or something. Maybe you have the AB hold on recharge. Do not take fights out in the open. Use your angles here. There are a million different ways to chow top tower here. So I don't want to see you doing the diamond and platinum move of going out here onto plat and shooting this guy, because here you are the most vulnerable player ever. Whether you have a player pushing long haul, you maybe have one climbing up top glass, maybe you have one in Whirlpool on Needler that just jumped up from grabbing camo. Anything of the sort, guys. If you are taking a fight here, you have already lost, because now you are losing crucial time, putting in damage, trying to get away. Be it you're sliding back here, be it you're trying to get away through long haul, anything of the sort, guys. Instead, use your cover and take the fights. Either use the door frame to peek, which can even be a little risky, or if you go back here, you can be the hardest target to hit here. Take some shots, say somebody throws a grenade in, boom, you're just going to slide out back here, let the grenade fall into the grenade pit that is gold steps, and you're gone. And then you can mix in the last tip. jump up, take a different angle. You're putting in shots. Okay, I'm out of there. Now I'm going to move back up. I'm going to slide this corner, but keep the power point. Shoot, Jiggle Peak, move back, check A. Maybe they're pushing your homies on A, like I said, in the stronghold scenario. And you are just going to be the biggest nuisance on the map, guys. However, if you did the same exact thing from right here because you thought you were going to get closer, I don't know, and land more shots or something like that, you're going to be the easiest target to hit. You can see how many more angles from this map you can be shot from, as opposed to if you are just here, you are cutting off the angles, and all you have to do is watch your gold steps here. And presumably somebody on your team is somewhere bottom red pipes, because obviously in this scenario you have the AB hold, which no scenario is perfect for all these guys, but this is just trying to get you to think about how you are using your map, how you're using your surroundings to not only put in more damage and not waste time using the getaway method where you have to completely turn away from your enemy and run away, but also you're protecting your body to a point where you are a very hard target to hit, because now you are making your enemy be the guy that is staring, sitting with his reticle, ice cold, waiting for you to repeak that angle. And now, guys, I have one more aim tip that I would like to give you, and this is to break angles so that you are looking at one enemy at a time. Now, I'm going to do my best to give you a scenario here. I'll even put on one more bot. I don't know if they're going to pair up close enough here. They're probably going to be way too far away from each other for me to show you, but it will be enough for me to give you an example. Now, what I mean by breaking angles is if you have two enemies in your line of sight, you do not want that. So say you're standing right here. All right, you got an enemy shooting you here. You have an enemy here in tower. You're never going to be able to kill both these guys, all right? It's like hitting the 7-10 split in bowling, all right? You're just never going to do it. If these players are high Onyx players, they're not going to miss you enough where you have time to kill one and kill the other. I do not care how cracked you are. I do not care how well you shoot. I don't care how good of a player you are. This is not a smart gun fight to take. So in this exact scenario, you're going to break the angle off one of these enemies, which here, the easiest to break the angle off of is low tower. Now, of course, they're going to chase you once you break this angle, but that's okay. You're just going to give yourself the highest % chance to get one of these kills and either trade or get away with your life. You do not want to get 2v1'd, die, and get 0 trade on the map, because now you're playing in a 3v4. So, break the angle. I literally mean exactly what I'm saying. Break the angle. Make it so that they cannot see you anymore. And then while you're doing that, guys, focus the fight you plan to take. So again, bottom tower, maybe even tower steps like that. I'm going to slide out. I'm going to take the fight in steps here, and then I'm going to get away with my life. Either go this way, either go back blue pipes and reposition on C, or if you really want to, now you can push the next player, because now you are in another 1v1 here. And then if you win that fight, you just turned a 0-for-1 trade into a 0-for-2 trade the other way, where you kill 2 enemies and you are still alive on the map, and that's just how you want to play the game. A more simpler scenario is you're pushing out in the open here. You have an enemy maybe on overshield, which obviously would be active camo, and then an enemy in whirlpool. Now, there is no easy scenario here where you can fight that active camo player without fighting the whirlpool player. So you're going to do what I mentioned earlier, strafe into your cover and focus the player that you plan to take the 1v1 with, guys. Now, of course, you want to not give up active camo. So worst case, throw a grenade maybe, back up, and now you're going to mix it all together, guys. You're going to strafe into your cover. You're going to jiggle peek that 1v1, get him to back off, and then you can slide out, and then you can chow for active camo, even go down here, because now that guy's backed off in whirlpool, and now you're down here fighting for active camo and hopefully preserving your life. But no matter what you do, guys, use your cover, use the map to your advantage. And obviously, there's still the chance you get shot through walls depending on the desync and such in this game. But regardless, guys, use the map to your cover, use the walls, use the glass to look through, and just always keep yourself protected. Do not expose yourself out in the open. Do not overstay your welcome at angles. And more importantly, do not take a 2v1 fight where 2 enemies can easily both see you at the same time and just obliterate you guys. But alrighty, that covers basically all of the things I am currently trying to perfectly implement into my gameplay. Of course, guys, I'm not the best player. I'm by no means a pro player, but I'm working on improving. I'm working on getting a lot better, and as I implement all of these advanced tips into my gameplay to hopefully become a better competitor, I'm taking it to you guys in the form of these videos to hopefully help you guys improve your gameplay, and in this case, take your aim to the next level so that you can better, you know, take it to the competition. But alrighty, guys, that does it for me. Subscribe to the channel, guys. We literally stream ranked 5 days a week here, and it's a ton of fun. Tons of tips and tricks videos. Obviously, we're trying to compete in the opens and tourneys and things like that, so be on the lookout for that, guys. Hit that sub button, guys. Leave a like on the video. It helps out a lot. Leave a comment. What'd you think of the aim tips? Are these going to help you out? And if you have anything else to add, please feel free to do so. We have a really helpful community here on the channel, players trying to get better, so feel free to check out any tips in the comment section as well as the ones in this video. And then finally, guys, channel membership, super thanks. If you'd like support monetarily, please do not feel like you have to, but it does help me out ever so much with the endeavors here on the channel, and overall, just upgrading the experience for you guys. But alrighty, guys, that does it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next one.